joined by Hiren, Director of Commercial with Steigenberger Hotels and Resorts, coming to us from Munich. How are you, sir?
Very good. Thank you for having me here today.
You bet. Germany's been underrepresented in these, so I'm glad you joined us.
Oh, yes. Well, we are on one of those states or countries which are heavily hit by the pandemic. Lockdown has still been in progress, and we are hoping by the middle of this month, we might see a sign of lifting of the lockdown.
Yeah. So tell us quickly about Steigenberger Hotels. What's that look like?
So the Steigenberger Hotel I represent is based in Munich. Of course, Munich is, as you know, the largest beer capital city in the world, but also at the same time, Munich is also having a lot of city parks. So after the Central Park in New York, Munich has the second largest city park. And we are located very close to the Central Park, but also in a very upcoming business district area of Munich. So the hotel has been open since last 3 years. Again, a very modern, trendy hotel being built, but with the touch of the traditional Bavarian culture. So everywhere you walk into the hotel, you do see a lot of art element from all the key monuments which represents Munich, starting from the Olympia Park or the English Garden or the Chinesischen Turm. Have you been to Munich ever?
I have not.
I would have to say it's one of those cities, once you visit, you fall in love and would come ever and ever again.
Yeah. Well, you don't sound like you were born there.
No, in fact, I have a little longer journey of exploring as a hotelier. So this would be my 6th city.
Oh, wow.
But that covers then Middle East and Africa. So I actually am born in Abu Dhabi and worked around between Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Bahrain, Qatar, and now Munich.
Yep. So tell us about your role. Have you had to make adjustments?
I would say I think COVID-19 has been a positive as well as negative on both sides, but there was a lot of learnings. And as long as you take this as a positive learning, it would help us to be more ready for the 21st century when it comes to digitalization. I think it is not only the hospitality industry, but overall governments, larger organizations are really learning how to get digitalized. Could you get things done on a project work which is also remotely done? And I think it is also giving more and more people empowerment to let the employees really take charge of projects and, without really monitoring them like you would be sitting in an office environment. So I would say COVID has definitely, in terms of our learning structure, developed a lot. In terms of our business structure, I think it also let us learn a lot of times, when you have one segment of your business not working, you might focus on the other segments, but never rely on one segment. And I think COVID was one of those examples where literally every segment possible in the hospitality industry might not work to your desire. And then maybe you would have to look back and say, maybe I'm just completely looking at the wrong side. Perhaps it's the medical tourism. Perhaps maybe these are the relatives, or maybe these are the people who wants to quarantine. So it is a complete new way of looking at how things could be within that area and not holding on to your experience, which you have learned over the last 10, 15, or 20 years. Because this is so unique that there is no one who can say, I have been in this position and I know how to deal with it. I think a lot of us said in the very beginning when the first lockdown happened that, I have gone through certain things in the past and perhaps I know how to handle it. But I would say today, anyone who has been in this industry would say, this is a one-off kind of experience where I had to evolve and not stick to what I know and only implement that.
Yeah. Your hotel historically, what kind of travelers?
So historically for Munich, we do rely a lot on business travel. as well as leisure. So it's more predominantly mixed between, on a weekdays, we would be focusing more on business travel, and on a weekend, leisure travelers. And also, to fill in the meeting rooms, we would have a lot of small to mid-sized meetings, mainly coming on from within Europe, as well as a little business meetings from the US.
Yeah. So how are you selling and marketing your hotel now?
So currently we have a different set of marketing options that includes hybrid meetings, since the social distancing and the hygiene measurements, plus the rules within the government, have been always different. So there were some times where no meetings were allowed. So you would have to make sure that you inform your clients that we will not be able to host any of your meetings, because by the regulations, you can't actually hold those meetings. You would have to improvise and then start adapting to the hybrid meeting options, and say perhaps the ones who are based in Munich could actually do it hybrid with the other ones who are around the world, and not everyone is traveling there. Also, medical tourism. A lot of times people were traveling to see their doctors, or if this was really an essential travel. But this all takes place, or it's very vital when we are talking about marketing the hotel, that we really understand the audience who are allowed to travel during that period, and only strategize your marketing campaigns around that. Of course, it is not going to be 100% success ratio that once you spend that much money on marketing, you could get immediate returns, because I think with businesses down by nearly 80-90% from year over year, your expenses in terms of your spending power in marketing would also have been drastically dropped. So you would also have to start using more word of mouth, creative marketing, telesales, calling directly your client. So it is no longer the phase where you say, okay, I'm going to put a Facebook ad and I would get attracted to business. In this time, it is more the human to human, pick up the phone, speak to a client, would be a very more advantage. It's more the Stone Age, which might help you in this advanced age.
Yeah. So what does travel look like for Munich, you think? Let's say in the next 3 months.
It's very hard to say, especially when we look at business travel, because currently with the current regulations, it's only the essential travel really required. It is not allowed to have, or you're not allowed to have leisure travel. And we're just in the first month of the year, which has finished. The occupancies don't seems to be that promising for the first month. However, with the vaccine and the cases slowly, gradually going down, we are hoping once the market opens up, or once the lockdown is officially open, there would be slowly corporate travel happening. More and more hybrid meetings would happen. And I'm hoping with people being in their house for the last good from November onwards, would also want to travel to cities within Europe or within Germany, if they can't travel outside Europe.
Yeah.
So we do see a positive trend that business should bounce back. There is no way that you could just keep people content that you are not allowed to travel.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. You're seeing pent up demand. I mean, I think we are everywhere. This summer we could go nuts.
Yeah,
well,
it is.
Yeah. We're running out of time, so I appreciate you
Sure.
spending some time with me.
Thank you.
It's good to hear somebody in Germany.
It is indeed a pleasure talking to you, and let us keep in touch. And thank you for doing an amazing job. Because of you, we also know about other markets and how they are behaving.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
All
Thank
right.
you.